Bonjour, everyone. I'm Batty Addy, and welcome to this episode of Marinara Monday. What is Marinara Monday, you may be asking? Well, it's where I get super stony baloney, think of some random stuff, research it, and tell y'all my findings. This episode does correlate to all the previous episodes, so if you have not seen them, please go check them out on my channel. I will be talking about something known as the elephant's foot. No, it is not an actual elephant's foot, even though the name may make you think that. In fact, it is something much more malignant. Let's take it back to April 26th, 1986. Technicians are doing a routine low power test on reactor 4. Since the last time they had conducted this test, it was deemed inconclusive. Unfortunately, this low power test escalated rather quickly to what we know today as the Chernobyl nuclear disaster after a power surge hit the power plant. This power surge caused the reactor to rapidly increase in temperature, and despite the technicians' efforts in all of this, it all came to an explosive end. You see, the technicians attempted to prevent this reaction by inserting the control rods that would essentially lower the temperature of the reactor. These control rods have been previously removed to control for the lack of energy that was needed to conduct the tests. With these control rods initially removed, Reactor 4 did not stand a chance against the giant surge of energy and subsequently the giant surge of steam created inside. It exploded. Following shortly after, but what is believed to be a second explosion caused by hydrogen buildup. This explosion sent plumes of nuclear material, ash, and smoke into the air as the reactor itself collapsed. All of this occurring as air finally made contact with the reactor core. The air making contact with the core became ionized, and once these ionized air molecules bounce off of other radioactive things within the core, they began to ignite. Underneath the reactor, the destruction continued. The nuclear material melted everything it came into contact with, as it also released uncontrolled amounts of radiation into the environment. The floors and the basement sublevels melted along with the radioactive sludge as it actively melted down towards the earth. This radioactive sludge finally came to a stop in one of the deepest parts of the basement in a corridor. The sludge is composed of radioactive material as well as whatever else was melted along the way, dubbed corium. So this corium sludge is still so radioactive, and it will continue to be giving off high doses of radiation for decades to come. Now I know you may be wondering, when are we going to talk about the elephant's foot? Well, I hate to break it to you, but we have been talking about the elephant's foot the whole time. You see, the corium sludge, now lying underneath Chernobyl, has been named or dubbed the elephant's foot because of its elephant-like appearance with wrinkles seeming layered and all. Not many have been able to see the elephant's foot face to face simply because of how radioactive it is. One person who did manage to come face to face to the elephant's foot was Arthur Korniev. Being a radiation specialist, he was able to snag pictures before retreating, only to suffer from health-related issues later on in life, theorized to be caused by said radiation. Arthur did live to be 73, believed to have passed away in 2022. Now, you would think all of this chaos was immediately reported to the world. But much like the elephant's foot growing underneath the earth, the people of Earth had this disaster hiding underneath their noses. What the heck are you talking about, Addie? Well, I guess you'll have to find out on the next episode of Marinara Monday. Much love, my family and friends. Please be safe and have a wonderful day.
Like, comment, subscribe.